You're going to lose all your money, but you don't have to. What is Seam doing differently that other projects are not doing? Why are we making new highs, but all these other projects are making new lows, new lows, new lows? Well, we're doing things differently. For example, we're using the TikTok algorithm. For $100, I can boost this video and get it out to 100,000 people instead of paying an influencer $500 or $1,000, and they do absolutely nothing because people don't trust influencers. Blah blah blah. But so people in other projects are stuck doing it the old way. Oh, you gotta buy volume, you gotta pay this influencer, you gotta do a Dex commercial, you gotta pay, this is what you gotta do, you gotta boost this, boost that. And none of that works anymore. That's the old way. That's 2024. We've gotten the most benefit from just paying $100 to TikTok. And TikTok basically does all the work for us. And that's what we've been doing. And I'm going to do it with this video, for example. It's going to blast out to 100,000 people instead of 300 people because, people are not watching your videos. Maybe you have a dev that's not even involved anymore. They're not in the Telegram. They're not interacting with the people. Or maybe, they kind of want to give up, but the whales are talking them out of it. And you're stuck in a project you can't get out of because you lost so much money. You're afraid if you get out now, it's going to go crazy and then you're going to miss out. But then it never goes crazy. And you just keep losing more money and more money and more money because you're stuck in a project that is doing things the old way that's been proven to not work anymore. How do I know? Because I've tried it all. It doesn't work. What works is TikTok algorithm boost works. What works is people working for their bags. Seam has so many people working for their bags, putting out content. It's not just me. We got 5 to 6 other content creators that have 100,000 followers or 50,000 followers, 40,000 followers. They're on X, they're on TikTok. You've seen it with Gus and Crypto Albino and Miles and Crypto Cali. And there's probably people I'm forgetting, but there's a lot of other people out there doing stuff. This is why we're making new highs while other projects are suffering and suffering and suffering and suffering until, swap those fading, expiring memes for Seam, and then you can start seeing your bags go. And then, hopefully you volunteer to work for your bags, putting out content, because I'll share your content, and now your TikTok is getting more followers because I'm sharing the content you're putting out, and then before you know it, you could be like me, making content on TikTok, sitting at home doing nothing. So, anyways, all right, this video is already too long. I'm out of here, bye.